Hello and welcome to the video. This is day 2, or my first full day in Copenhagen. As you can see, I'm looking a whole lot more human than I did in the end of the last video. A whole bunch of sleep, and I'm starting to go over my jet lag. Today I dedicated as a tourist day. I'll be out doing shows from tomorrow. I went out this morning to try and do some touristy stuff. I found a cool building that had a moat with some fish in it. I started videoing that, and then the building, and then a very lovely security guy with a very large gun walked up and politely asked me to stop filming. So I decided that since I cannot read any of the signs or any of the warnings about filming government buildings, it's probably a good idea that I stop trying to be self-guided. So I went on a 3-hour walking tour with 3 Copenhagen tours. All through Copenhagen, showed me a lot of stuff. Also found out the reason we're not allowed to juggle fire in street shows here is Copenhagen has a habit of burning down. Quite a lot of the old buildings in Copenhagen at some point in their history has burnt down. So I did the 3-hour walking tour. I am going to go to I have a few museums I want to check out. Also found out that Copenhagen has a aquarium. And if you watch previous videos, you'll know that I absolutely love aquariums. So I will be going there at some point. It's currently, I think, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm using my camera on my phone to see if that tower has a clock tower. It doesn't. Whatever time it is in the afternoons, I've still got a little bit of light today. We'll try to do some more touristy stuff. Then out working from tomorrow. I did delete the footage of the government building that I got told off for filming, but I kept the footage of the fish. So I'm going to end the video with the footage of the fish. For right now, this is some footage from my walking tour around Copenhagen. Yeah, fun, happy tour times. That was a few of the places that we saw on the walking tour this morning. I didn't take a lot of footage because out of context they're just buildings, but I did footage of the courthouse, the prison, and the hangman's area, as well as footage of the royal houses and just some of the older buildings in Copenhagen. The next step on my tourist day is to climb that thing. It is the tallest tower in Copenhagen. It was the second tallest, so they added 2 extra levels. So yeah, I'm going to climb up to the top of that. It's part of the Parliament building. So climb that, take some footage, so you guys can see a bit of a view of Copenhagen. There is a tower that I'm going to try and get footage of that just has a giant pink ring hanging out of the window. So if I can see that, I'm going to get footage of that. I'm guessing someone liked the tower, so they put a ring on it. I make no apologies for that joke. As soon as I saw the tower, I knew that was coming. That's what we're doing, climbing this tower. I mean, it doesn't look too big. It's only that big. I'm sure I can survive. That's where we're going next, up the tower. And now we're in Tivoli. Tivoli is the second oldest amusement park in the world. The oldest one is just outside of Copenhagen. Walt Disney himself came to Tivoli and stole a whole bunch of ideas for Disneyland. I've only been here about 5 minutes and I already found a machine that gives me fish food so I could feed the fish. So we're going to have a look around at Tivoli, find some rides to pretend that I went on, yeah, and have a look. I'm quite excited. I love amusement parks. Hence the job as a circus performer. So please enjoy Tivoli. Oh, they're dead. Alright, so I was talking to some of the workers here about what's the best ride to go on or the most memorable ride to go on, and they said to go on this one at the back here that's in the mountain. It's so old that the guy driving it is actually driving it. He is on the cart with you with a little engine and a control and drives you around a wooden track. It's over 100 years old, still running, and that's what we're going on. That was a lot of fun. I was going to try and video the whole thing, but after the first couple of drops, I decided that the camera was going to jump around too much, and the last thing I wanted was my camera to go flying off, so I decided to put it away. One thing I didn't realize about wooden roller coasters is that because they're going so fast and because they're all made of wood, you just get this very subtle scent of burning wood the entire way, which made me a little bit nervous. But I went on a ride, mission accomplished. I went on the oldest roller coaster in the second oldest amusement park in the world, and I survived. Fun, happy tour times. All day one of my Copenhagen trip. I got home probably about 11:30 that night and just passed out. Next couple of days I went and did shows down Strøget. Today is just too hot and sunny to do shows during the day, so we're going to do some shows tonight. So instead, so I don't waste my day, today we are in Christiansund. So we were in Copenhagen over the other side of the harbour, now we're in Christiansund. And what's in Christiansund is two cool things that I want to check out. You've got Christiania, which is an old military base that in the 70s turned into a hippie commune. It's still a hippie commune to this day. The residents control everything, so no tour groups can go into into Christiania. But you're more than welcome to walk in by yourself. You just can't go in as part of a tour, just so they can keep it to themselves a little bit. We're going to go check that out. The other thing we're going to go check out is the harbour baths, or the Hundbaden. I'm slowly learning the language. I can read most of the signs now and work my way around. And thanks to a comment on the arriving in Copenhagen video, I've stopped confusing Dutch and Danish so much anyway. Because I kept saying that I need Dutch krona. I don't, I need Danish krona. Very important. So we're going to go check out the Hundbaden, which is just big swimming pools with net bottoms in the harbour. I'm going to go check that out. If there's lots of people there, I'm not going to film anything there because I don't want to film people swimming. But I'll try and take a few photos from back a little bit so you can see it, or I'll take some footage from back a little bit so you can see it. But then in Christiania, I'll be videoing quite a lot. So that's what we're doing today. We are in Christiansund, going to Christiania and the Haverbaden. Hundbaden. It's doing so well. Look at my hair. This is pretty. Alright, so we're back in the hostel. After got to Christiania, we're looking around. It just looked like a rundown factories. And then I discovered that it's a giant national park looking area with water and walking tracks absolutely everywhere. And it was great. I loved walking around there. The people were really nice. The coffee, the music was great. I found a small cafe in a hippie commune that has better Wi-Fi than most of Australia. But I really couldn't see, like, it was a nice place, but I couldn't see why it was such a big tourist attraction. And then I walked around a corner on top of a hill, looked down and saw their main street. And I'd walked through the main street when I first got in, but all the shops weren't open yet, the stalls weren't set up. And then once I came around and looked down at how busy it was and how many stalls there were, I could kind of understand it. It's called Pusher Street. I went down there and immediately got told off for taking photos and filming. No photos or filming allowed in Pusher Street, which is perfectly understandable when you consider that Pusher Street is known as the Green Light District. And the stalls that they set up. Basically, if you take photos, it can be used as evidence to shut down Christiania's economy, because along Pusher Street is where you go to buy Christiania's dried herbs of many varieties. So yeah, wasn't allowed to film or take photos. So all I can show you the footage that I got from up the top, but that's the only footage there. Shortly after that, I wandered around there, chatted with some people, grabbed some lunch, and then headed to the swimming area. Again, very, very busy. I didn't want to film there. I did film a little bit just so you can see what it looks like. Went in there, went swimming in the canal. So as you can see, that's kind of what happened to my hair. It's nice and big and fluffy. After that, got lost again on my way to the hostel and ended up just on the other side of Copenhagen, very far away from where I need to be. Finally got back to the hostel. Now getting ready for work again. I'm going to go and do some shows tonight. I'll be out tomorrow doing shows along Rosegade. Slowly learning how to say it. Yeah, and then that's pretty much all the adventuring I'm going to get to do in Copenhagen. I've seen a lot of places. It's been a great time. So that is the end of this video. Right back at the very beginning, I promised that I would end the video with the fish that were in the pond at the palace, Rosegade Palace. I found out what it was and why there was guards there. It's where the crown jewels are kept. So I'm going to end the video with the fish that I got in trouble for filming and a whole bunch of other fish as well. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, please do let me know. Have a good day, have a good life, and I'll catch you all down the road.